America's Helen Keeney. We're going to continue on here with what, you know, I've been here for many, many years, and I've mentioned that next Sunday is my last day here. HSN is, of course, continuing on at our new studios. This is one of those products. I picked host pick after host pick after host pick because I love Lou Caputo and I hate bugs. It's like the perfect product because I don't like spraying poison around the house. You know, when I started using this when my daughter was little, she's now 25, and we haven't had these for forever. Come on out, Lou. This is, I don't want to like, this is from Bell+Howell, and I know you represent a lot of Bell+Howell products.
I do.
I don't like the sticky cockroach things where their feet go in it, and then I have to look at them. I just want them to pack their little tiny bags and move.
And go.
I don't want to take a mouse, and I don't want to, like, you know, guillotine him. I don't want to do anything cruel. I don't want to do anything like that.
Neither.
The spiders, the mice, the roaches, I just want them to move next door to my neighbor's house.
Exactly. Well, and you know, and that's valid. That's valid. That's how I feel about them as well. And the nice thing about these is that you can accomplish that without really doing anything.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Literally plug these into any outlet in your home and they start working immediately. Now, what's exciting about what we're offering today is you are getting enough to do a whole house. You are getting enough of these.
This is a huge kit.
I mean, it's massive.
We usually say buy two. But we don't, I mean, depending on the kind of house you have, it'll be good for most people.
Well, let me explain to everybody how they work, because this is why you want to have this many of them. First of all, see our house over here. It is loaded. We've got one in every room. Why would I want to put one in every room? Very simple. These are essentially little tiny speakers, okay? They put out an ultrasonic sound wave. Now, what does that mean? It's a sound wave at a frequency higher than human beings can hear. So you won't hear it, your kids won't hear it, but neither will your pets, your dogs, your cats, they can't hear it. You know who hears this? Rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders. They want to get away from the sound that this thing produces. Now, because it is a sound wave, it will echo off of any solid surface. It'll bounce off of any solid surface. So when you put it in a room, the walls, the doors, all that stuff, that's going to block it from going to other rooms. So you really want to have one in every room. And I always tell people, don't forget the attic, the basement, and the garage. It's the biggest opening in the house.
Oh, here's the other tip. Don't put it behind furniture.
Yes, never put it behind a chair or a bed or anything like that. No bueno. You don't want to do that. You want these sound waves to go out as far as they can. We've never offered, I don't think we've ever offered a dozen of these, which is massive, you know. And even if you don't need to use all of them, you can give some to friends, I mean, whatever it is. But the average size home, this is going to be enough to do the upstairs, the downstairs, and that garage, the attic, and the basement.
These just dropped today. This is a weekly deal drop. So how many shows have you had?
One, I think, before this.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
This morning. That was
so I was going to say, and by the way, you get two sets of these.
Yes.
So it's 6 and 6 is 12.
Right.
You're getting 12 of them. I think that is the most we've ever done.
It is the most we've ever done. Now, I'm going to kind of like, you know, sort of walk down to this side over here because I want to show everybody something, all right? Because I'm just going to place some stuff in front here, all right? Because normally, what we're used to doing is going out and taking care of pests ourselves. So you might go out and you might buy a bunch of stuff for ants, and there's some poisons in here and, you know, little crystals and all that stuff. Now, I went and spent the money on that stuff, but I also have roaches. So guess what? I got to go out and buy more stuff. So now I got to go buy special stuff for the roaches, stuff for ants, stuff for roaches. These are both going to wear off. They're going to have to be replenished. I'm going to have to do all the work to get these.
You know, you're right. Just the expense of it.
Just the expense.
Buying it over and over and over and over.
Now, Helen, let's say that you've got rats and mice. Now things get medieval because this is all designed to kill them. This is designed to trap them. This is designed to, you know, do horrible things to them. We've got these. I almost took off a finger earlier today with this thing. I was out here going like, oh, look how it works. Okay?
Oh, no.
This thing is hard to bait, but also somebody's got to deal with the carcass that's in here. See these green ones? They look just like my dog's favorite little chew toys. Exactly the same. So I don't have to buy any of this stuff. I don't need chemicals in my house. I don't need poisons in my house. I need none of it. You know what I need to do? Plug these in. Once I do that, these start working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Doesn't matter if I'm home, if I'm away. You're my assistant today. That's wonderful. I love this. You're very helpful. But look at the way that you plug them in and they just do their job. There's nothing else that you ever have to do with these. In fact, we have them all over our house. I forget that they're there all the time. You know, once in a while I'll see the little red light blink, and that's how I know they're working. In fact, if you look at, you know, like this one down here, all right? Let's look at that guy. Notice that every once in a while you're gonna see this little red LED flash, okay? That's the only way that you will know that these are working. However, Helen, as you know, I am the gadget guru. So I have this little device right here. Now, this little guy is an ultrasonic leak detector. They use it to check for leaks in gas lines. Because when there's a pinhole leak in a gas line, it's under so much pressure.
It makes a little noise.
Ultrasonic. So you can't hear it. That's the problem with gas, is you can't hear it. So here's what they do, is they take one of these. Now, there's a little tiny microphone right there in the front of this. Watch this. When I place this here, see that little red dot that's on there? What you're gonna see is, I think I got that cranked up too. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Here we go. Now watch this. I'm gonna turn the dial up. And every time that little red light flashes, you're gonna see there's a little red LED that's going to bounce inside of this. You see that?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so this is actually listening, it's hearing the ultrasonic sound being released by this, so that's proof positive that it's actually doing something. I had somebody one time say to me, it's just a red light that flashes. It's not. There's an ultrasonic sound coming out of here.
This was one of the first HSM products that I bought.
Was it?
Put around the house, and because I also didn't want to hire some guy to come into my house and spray poison on the inside.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I have air purifiers everywhere.
Sure.
Why would I spray poison all over the inside of my house if I get an air purifier? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, I used to pay a guy $100 a month to walk around my house and do what they call barrier pest protection, where they just walk around and put poison. Here's the problem with that. A lot of times the pests come through your pipes, like rats and mice. They'll come through pipes. You know that a rat could fit through a hole the size of a nickel? Size of a nickel. Okay,
I'm gonna dream about that fact.
Yeah, no.
I wish I
You'll
didn't
never
know
sleep
that.
again. So that they can come up through your pipes, or like in my case, I had one drop on my roof and come in through my eaves. I had no idea that there was even like a space for him to get in there, and he ate through my air conditioning lines because my air conditioning is outside the hoses.
Oh, I'm sure that's not expensive.
Oh no, that wasn't at all. So you know, even with the paying $100 a month, that still happened. When you have pest repellers in every single room, there's nowhere for them to go.
Right.
And that attic, I'm telling you right now, most people have a plug in their attic somewhere. Put one up there. Do yourself a favor, because that is going to make sure that if you get in my situation where they drop on the roof, they're not coming in. They come through the cracks in the basement. They're not going to get in there because you got one in your basement. And that garage door is the biggest opening into your home. Get one in your garage. Do yourself a favor. Oh, by the way, you see that there's 4 things in there. It actually does it does ants as well. So rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders. Why do I say those 5 things? Why can we show you the ones that are on the screen right now? They've got independent third-party laboratory testing that proves that these are effective at removing ants, mice, roaches, I got one out of order.
Yeah, I know.
Rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders. But those are the ones that were tested. Yes.
So they're tested and proven. We're not saying it's not going to work at anything else, but third-party testing.
Those are the ones that we're definitely going to tell you we've got third-party proof that they work. Now, does it work on other things? It could. I don't know. But those are the ones. Why did we choose those? That's the ones that most people have problems with.
Right.
And I don't care if you live in the country, if you live in the city, everybody's got, pest problems, or they're going to have a pest problem. That's
so you sold 746 and you launched it today, 47, 48, since this morning.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, this is a product that's been around many, many years.
Oh gosh,
I think at least 20 years here at HSN.
Yes.
At least.
Agreed.
At least. We haven't, this is the biggest kit we've ever done.
Yeah.
And we haven't had it back in a while. And this is 6 and 6. You're getting 12 of them, and you may say, I don't need 12. Well, you keep one and give one to your daughter, give one to your, your son, you give one to your cousin. I mean, it's like, this is, and they don't run out.
No, they don't.
They don't need to be replenished.
I've got some that are at least a decade old.
Yeah.
Okay, I've had them plugged in. They've been sitting there in my house. Here's the other thing. If you have an RV, you can use them in that. If you have a boat, you can use them on the as well. Here's the other thing, too. If you're one of those people out there that's like, I'm just going to go out and buy the sprays and stuff, let me just tell you something. By the time that you see a rat, you see a mouse, you see roaches, ants, whatever, you've already got an infestation in your house.
Right, you're seeing one, but you've got more.
Yeah, no, what you want to do is get ahead of it, all right? Get the pest repellers in there. Keep them out of your house, because you don't want them dying in your house. Do you know that if you kill a female German cockroach in your house, right, and it's bearing egg sacs, it jettisons the egg sacs and they still hatch anyway. So you're not really accomplishing anything by killing them. You need to make them go to Julie Truster's house. Get them out.
I do. I just want them at Julie's house. I don't want them at my house.
We're sending them to Julie's house.
Is Julie paying attention?
Julie's not paying attention.
We're torturing Julie and she's not even paying attention. All right. So what these do is they repel them.
Yes.
So instead of like coming in your kitchen, they don't come in your house. You repel them. You don't even see them. And they work 24/7.
That's right.
They don't take vacations. They don't get PTO.
They work almost as much as we do.
They do. They do. They have a similar schedule as Lou and I. Yes, I believe that is true. Lou, when are you on again? You're going to be on all week with these.
11, 1 a.m., 8 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Sleeping is something you're gonna miss.
For the week. For the week.
Okay, there you go. All right, thank you so much. I actually edited myself for the first time on live TV, okay? So,
Ooh.
I know.